2009 was another busy and successful year for RDaSH, the Rotherham, Doncaster and South Humber Mental Health NHS Foundation Trust. For the fourth year in a row, the Trust's services were rated as excellent by the Care Quality Commission. And for the second successive year, its use of resources got an excellent rating too. Confirmation, if it was needed, that there has been no let-up in RDaSH's commitment to provide top quality mental health and learning disability services to local people. As someone who's benefited from its services in the past, I know how good RDaSH is. I never realised before quite how big it is. The Trust operates from a whole range of sites, large hospitals and mental health units, as well as around 50 community homes and a wide range of other community settings. It provides adult mental health services in Rotherham, Doncaster and North Lincolnshire, older people's mental health services in the same locations, child and adolescent mental health services in Rotherham and North Lincolnshire, as well as some mental health services for younger people in Manchester, learning disability services in Doncaster, and substance misuse services in Rotherham, Doncaster, North Lincolnshire and North East Lincolnshire. RDaSH employs more than 2,500 staff, spends over £100 million a year meeting the needs of nearly 19,000 people. It's a huge operation and one that Chief Executive Chris Boswell is very proud of.
I'm delighted that RDaSH have had such an exciting and busy year. There's such a lot happening within the Trust. During the year, we found out that we retained our double excellent rating with the Care Quality Commission, which in itself is a great achievement during such a period of change. It's testament to the hard work and efforts of staff across the whole organisation who are focused on making sure we deliver the best care we can for our service users.
The modernisation project at Rotherham is a great example of that. During the first half of 2009, plans for the refurbishment of existing buildings and the construction of new ones were made available to service users, staff, voluntary organisations and the local community. By November, a groundbreaking ceremony heralded the start of construction work on the new state-of-the-art older people's inpatient unit at Rotherham General Hospital, the first stage of a building and modernisation programme that will bring enormous benefits to service users and staff alike.
Well, quite clearly the environment itself is going to be phenomenally different to what we're currently nursing our patients in. It's a very quiet environment, it's a very calm, peaceful environment conducive to providing the best quality care. All our patients will have single ensuite rooms. They'll have significantly more access to activity rooms, to quiet rooms. The design itself has actually come about through a lot of consultation with service users and carers, and also visiting other units around the country and picking the best bits of their new buildings and their designs. You know, what's worked well for them, what do we think would work well in our environment, and also using our expertise.
In Scunthorpe, a £250,000 grant from the local authority has been spent on refurbishing the Sandfield Community Resource Centre, and the New Look building reopened in August 2009. The Options team is based here. They provide vocational and work-based opportunities for people with mental health problems. And what about these artworks? They were created by service users working with local artists as part of the Sandfield Arts Project.
We used art as a medium to help people in their recovery, because we find often lots of people find it very difficult with talking therapies and can't engage in verbally explaining how they're feeling.
Well, what I get out of it is I meet people and I have something to do, and it saves me staying at home.
Modernisation and new facilities can make a big difference to the quality of services, and so can changing the way in which those services are delivered. In North Lincolnshire, The teams working in Child and Adolescent Mental Health Services, or CAMS, have been working on improvements to their service delivery with some remarkable results. The longest waiting time for a first appointment used to be 100 weeks. Now, thanks to a new initiative on waiting list, that figure has plummeted to 12 weeks, and the number of people waiting for an appointment is now less than a quarter of what it was. The North East Lincolnshire Community Alcohol Team, NELCAT, has been finding new and better ways of delivering its services too. It's part of the Junction in Grimsby, a partnership between RDaSH and the Alcohol and Drugs Service. The changes have been put in place to improve the identification of alcohol use disorders and offer a more joined-up approach to screening, counselling, detoxification and aftercare.
The benefit I got from the service was that it was on a daily basis to make sure that I was given the right dosage to detox me. Steve then readjusted my medication, and now I'm fully detoxed. So again, the service is good, excellent.
The new approach involves A&E departments, GP practices, probation services, and a variety of specialist alcohol services all working together, with everything coordinated from one central building.
What we have found with the new building is that it's removed some barriers that could potentially stop people from coming into treatment. It makes it hopefully a more comfortable environment for those with alcohol issues to come and seek the treatment that they may need.
There have been new developments in alcohol services in North Lincolnshire too, and this time the Junction in Scunthorpe was involved. The Junction was awarded a substantial new contract to provide alcohol services in the region, and in November 2009 a new recovery clinic was launched, which is helping service users prepare for the next steps after treatment.
The recovery clinic at Ashby Road has given me the confidence to take control of my treatment with the doctor by able to speak to them and tell them when I'm ready to come away from Subutex or when I'm ready to withdraw.
Providing services that really benefit people, that's what RDaSH is all about. So it was gratifying when the daughter of a lady with Alzheimer's disease wrote to her local MPs last year, praising the care and support her family had received. She suggested that they visit the Forest Gate Day Centre to see for themselves all the good work that was being done there, and when they did, they were really impressed. Within RDaSH's mental health services for older people, a particular strength has been the liaison services provided in hospitals and care homes.
The advantages of the liaison service is that the care homes and the acute hospital have got rapid access to specialist mental health services. By training with the staff, it enables them to have a better understanding of the mental health needs of older people.
As a foundation trust, RDaSH values the contributions of its members and governors who help shape and develop the services it provides.
It's really important that we remember that without our governors and members we would not be a foundation trust. They represent the population, they represent our service users and carers, and through them we can find out and are able to offer the services that they really need.
RDaSH's commitment to quality and continual improvement is evident in everything it does, and some of those improvements are pretty groundbreaking. For example, this innovative booklet, which has been produced to encourage more learning disabled women in Doncaster to access cervical screening.
After last year's success with the breast screening booklet, we decided to continue that work and produce a cervical screening booklet, because we know that the uptake of women with learning disabilities accessing cervical screening is very, very low.
I think the booklet is a good idea. It makes women not too scared.
Meeting the needs and concerns of service users is a top priority for RDaSH. At Amber Lodge, the Adult Learning Disability Unit in Doncaster, the service users themselves have been closely involved in the drawing up of a new set of standards which will give them more choice and control over their care packages.
Well, the dining experience was a service user involvement process where we got involved with the service users to find out what was important to them. And some of the key issues that came out was the choice, but also that the dining experience itself is not just about food or the quality of food, it's about the whole social experience itself. Staff have been approached to actually sit with the service users and eat their meals, which will make that dining experience so much more of a social experience.
It's been good. It's been more relaxed, but if the staff start eating with us, it'll be more relaxed, and I think the patients will enjoy it more as well.
For older people, looking back at their lives and reliving happy memories can be very therapeutic, which is why life books have been introduced on Rowan Ward at Rotherham General Hospital.
The life book allows us to engage with the service user and carer to look at the individual, their lives, their likes before the illness. It gives us an opportunity to deliver person-centred care and look at their well-being and personhood.
The beauty about the life book, as I see it, is that it enables the staff to see the history of the family and relate to that, particularly at the times when the patient is in one of the lucent moods, and bring back memories which helps them.
Just as those life books can only provide a snapshot of people's lives, so this DVD can only provide a very brief taste of all the initiatives and successes going on throughout the Trust. It would take hours to cover them all in detail. Like the fact that RDaSH has been ranked the best in the country for the accuracy of its data monitoring. Like the action plans that have been developed in adult mental health for delivering more same-sex accommodation and facilities, giving service users more privacy and greater dignity. When you've built a reputation for excellence and innovation, you've got to live up to it. So for RDaSH, there's no resting on its laurels. The Trust is always looking to the future, always moving forward. In Doncaster, new ways of delivering adult community mental health services have been developed after consultations with the local community. The new service model is built around 5 specialist teams. It's being introduced first in Doncaster, and in 2011 it will be rolled out into Rotherham and North Lincolnshire. Also new in Doncaster will be the provision of additional CAMS services following the award to RDaSH of a contract to provide Tier 2 and Tier 3 services to NHS Doncaster. There's a major modernisation project being planned for North Lincolnshire, which will dramatically improve services and facilities there.
The plans for modernisation in North Lincolnshire are being developed. What we're hoping to achieve through the modernisation is both a real improvement in the environmental provision for inpatient services for older people, as well as a real community focus to the services that we offer. We're expecting to be able to improve aspects of inpatient care around privacy and dignity, and to ensure people have an environment which is most likely to result in recovery. In addition, we're intending to develop services in the community so that we can work with people effectively in their own homes in order to help them to recover.
And the next stages of the Rotherham modernisation project are underway this year at Swallownest Court, with the refurbishment of the Rehabilitation and Recovery Services accommodation, and the start of building work on the new Psychiatric Intensive Care Unit. This new building and the Older People's Mental Health Facility, which is under construction at the Rotherham General Hospital site, has been designed with the environment very much in mind.
This year the Trust has entered into the Phase 5 of the NHS Carbon Management Programme in partnership with the Carbon Trust, and we'll be setting target of 25% carbon reduction over the next 5 years. And then future targets after that will be to look at low carbon buildings for the Trust to achieve future targets.
As well as a new building here at Swallownest Court, the Trust has planted lots of new trees. This will form part of a half-acre woodland belt, a new green initiative called NHS Forest. 1,000 trees have been planted at the St Catherine's site, with more planned for the future, as well as the creation of new woodland walkways. There's so much happening throughout the Trust. New buildings, new facilities, new initiatives, new and better ways of doing things. It would take hours to cover them all in detail. If you would like more information about the things we've looked at in this DVD, you'll find it in the RDaSH annual report. Or take a look at the website. Whichever you choose, you can't fail to be impressed by the Trust's achievements, its dedication and its commitment to providing the best possible services in the field of mental health and learning disability.